Good day, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're watching this video. This is Tracy Brown, your somatic nutrition therapist and a tune eating expert. And this week we are devoted to looking at life in the trenches and what people have told me over the last 20 years has changed everything around their relationship with food, body image, and movement. So on Monday, about body image, I wanted to just jump right into the body image one because there's a little bit of that. This is the root of things. If we felt like we were at home in ourselves, it was safe to be inside ourselves, that we had a sense of self beyond what the culture says about our bodies, food and movement wouldn't be so angsty. But so that's what we started body image first. Now today we're going to talk about food. So I have 5, and again, I could probably list 100, but I thought I would do 5 today, and maybe we could add to this series as time goes on. So today we're doing 5 amazing insights from walking away from the world's wacky food logic. All right, so here is tip number 1 from the trenches, is remember, infants and toddlers, they know how to regulate their eating. Now, I know there's exceptions. Maybe there's kiddos that have some kind of congenital thing. And unfortunately, there are exceptions for kiddos who are food restricted, who are fed on like a timer and they never get fully full or they get over full or whatever. That does happen, I know that. But for the vast majority of babies and toddlers whose families, caregivers don't get in the way, infants and toddlers are natural normative eaters. You know, they have like eating competency. So I want you to remember, maybe you don't even remember having that relationship with food. Maybe you've had struggles with food since all your memories, right? But there probably was a time where you were hungry, you cried for food, you got fed, you got full, you turned your head away. That probably happened. It just, maybe you don't remember. I get that. But that's the good news, is that that's in us. It's like part of the few instincts we have. If we can remember that we are just trying to rediscover it, I hope that gives you a lot of hope about being able to get to normative eating. One of the reasons it takes a long time is because maybe we have some other stuff in the way from normative eating. Of course, it's body image. You know, of course, it's sometimes our dysregulation, but it's in there underneath that. And as we can grow a window, our ability to eat for more normative hunger and fullness can be there, okay? So have hope around that. That can happen. Number 2, this is one of my favorites, and it's so underutilized, it's underspoken about, but oftentimes people are eating and they're like, I'm not really sure if I should eat more. Am I eating too much? What's going on? And it's like, if you're not sure, eat 1 more bite, eat 3 more bites, make a deal with yourself, try a couple more bites, and then like, okay, how is that landing? Does that feel like enough? What I see people do 99.9% of the time when they're not for sure, they just stop. Because again, they're afraid that if they eat too much, some magical too much bite or number, then they'll gain weight overnight. And that's because of body image, because of diet culture, because of, our bullying and the trauma and all the things. But I want to encourage you that if you want to get somewhere quickly with your food, eat a couple more bites and eat it in a very intentional way so you can get some feedback from your body. That's one of my favorites. Number 3 is, I can't underplay this enough as well, is that I can't tell you how many people, before they ever come to work with me, they've already been to Dr. Google, probably a bunch of different practitioners about, the reason why maybe they don't feel well or they can't stop their eating, is it just has a lot to do with not really seeking pragmatic counsel for the big picture of their situation. So if you're struggling with disordered eating, chronic dieting, complex trauma, maybe some food allergies or a chronic condition. So you have all these things and you're going to doctor, name your favorite online Googleable doctor or TV doctor, and you're going to them, you're not getting any kind of nuance or pragmatism about your daily life. So get some pragmatic nutrition counseling that can address the big picture, all the pieces, work on the regulation, and get some context and choice. I don't ever tell anybody what to eat or even how to do it. We unpack like what your life looks like and what's reachable and what's sustainable. So invest in that so you can save yourself some time and not go on $10,000 of supplements and programs and pills and all the thing, and get it taken care of. That way you can learn how to be your own nutrition expert. Number 4 is we kind of get stuck in like, well, I weighed XYZ when I was 20 and I ate this amount of calories. That should work for me now. We want to get back into the current moment, that people are not robots or machines. And it's depending on the season of your life, the week of the month, that we're going to have varying needs, nutrition needs, energy needs. And nobody can know that but you. And we can only know that by dropping into the body again and looking for the signs and looking for the feedback. And trusting that, like, if I actually reach for what I think I might need and get some feedback, I am like following the breadcrumbs to get there. Oftentimes what happens is if we've been, and it's really normal, if you have 10,000 different diets in your head, it can be really, really normal to feel like I don't know what to reach for, I don't know what to do. And so my 2 suggestions there are, well, do something really, really like boring and pragmatic, which is to eat regular meals and snacks, 3 meals a day, a couple snacks a day, and eat a mixed meal, which is protein, carbs, and fat. Don't make it complex. If you're still feeling like that feels too out of reach, it's just still too foggy, then again, get some nutrition counseling help. And number 5, food does not heal everything. Food is energy, food is pleasure, food is connection. Sometimes it can be healing, but it's not magic. A lot of times we put all of our eggs in, like, I just get the right diet, I get the right healing protocol, I'll be fine. And the truth is that sometimes some of these really complex eating, like nutrition therapy protocols help, but they still don't cure issues. And it takes a long time. It can take, like just with renourishing, if you've been on a diet, if you've been food restricting, if your food's been chaotic, it can take at least a year to get all those bone cells, all those organ cells, all that, all those organ systems that get repleted from the malnutrition and the chaos. So if you have a medical condition, it's going to take you a minute. It's going to take 9 months, 12 months. And that's where people get on these rigid programs. And it's so difficult to maintain. And so I say, like, well, we can use bits and pieces that work. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be about the baseline. You have to get enough. Enough food is always first. Variety how you can, eating in safe situations how you can. And then you can, like, throw in, maybe the extra adaptogens or some other things that kind of, again, supplement what you're doing, or try to adjust protein, or, look at like what meal mix works better at different times a day. But it's got to start with enough first. Otherwise, your body's, all your body systems are just competing for the scraps you're giving. So I hope these amazing, they sound like, oh yeah, duh, I know all that. We know that, but they are countercultural. All of these things, everybody thinks that they need something that their mind can tell them how to eat. And it's like, well, nutrition science is still pretty infancy and pretty contradictory. So that means the thing that's actually stable and there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, is your body. And it wants to give you feedback if we can slow down and listen. And even if you don't have it figured out, just say, you know what, this one meal, I'm really going to let things be. Thank you, Abby. Yeah, preach, right? I'm on my box. This week is a soapbox. And it's really about Good Morning, Jennifer. And it's really about here are some things that people who've been able to move on have learned. It's not just me and everything that I did. I did a lot of this stuff too. These are things that just get confirmed and confirmed and confirmed over time. And they are countercultural. You're not going to hear anybody who's in diet culture give you this advice. So if you're not hearing these things, you know that there is some level of infiltration in their brain about mentally managing everything and getting it right, and some kind of complex thing, or just, that it's okay to be malnourished, in some kind of way without that word. That's what you're going to get. So this is something different. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you have not seen Monday's video, please go check it out. I think we kind of got pretty deep pretty quick and around the body image stuff, and I'm hoping it was helpful for you. Remember, if you're thinking I'm missing some things that have been like a linchpin in your recovery, please put that in the comments below so other people can like, oh my gosh, I didn't think of that. Or, oh yeah, I tried that, but I didn't really hang in there with it long enough. Or I didn't know how to do it. Put it in the comments below. Let's help each other out in this community. I hope you're doing well today. If you need more support, please reach out to me individually. If you are looking for a really safe, brave, we go to the depths pretty fast with things and address what is the main fire, not the curtains in the shed kind of issues, is the Peaceful Eating community is there for you as well if you're interested. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you in Friday's video. Bye for now.